Let's get more on this now from Sarah Walton. She joins us from New York. Sarah, what do these earnings results tell us about the impact of grounding the MAX 737?
Well, I think it reveals just how important the MAX 737 is to Boeing's business and how important it is that they get the aircraft clear to fly again. As we've been hearing, the MAX has been grounded since two fatal crashes and the company slowed production. There were fears at one point that they'd have to freeze production altogether, but the company, focusing on positive news today, they say that the aircraft will be cleared to fly again by the end of the year, and to be prepared for that, they're going to increase production up from 42 jets to 57 a month. And off the back of that news, the share price actually rallied this morning on Wall Street. It was up by about 3% at one point. Now hovering, it's up just under 1%. Some doubt, though, about the claims of Boeing. In order to get the MAX 737 cleared to fly again, it would have to be approved by regulators, and most of the plane's operators saying they think it will actually be next year before the MAX is cleared to fly again.
Sarah, the firm has also announced plans to cut production of its 787 Dreamliner. Why and how might we see production cuts impact the company?
Well, with sales of the 737 MAX down, Boeing has had to rely far more on its defence sales and sales of other aircraft, and that included the Dreamliner. It increased production of that. The company, though, saying that is going to change from 2020. Production will slow for 2 years, and they say that is because of the current global environment. It appears the company very much being affected by the ongoing trade war between the US and China. China, of course, Boeing's biggest market, and it seems that those tariffs have had the effect of slowing what had been a growth in passenger numbers that had led to an increase in demand for the Dreamliner.
And Boeing potentially faces more difficulty next week. What's happening?
Well, that's right. The CEO of the company, Dennis Muilenburg, due to testify before Congress and expected to face some very difficult questions about claims that Boeing failed to properly inform regulators about problems with the 737 MAX. This comes off a series of text messages that came to light last week, which appeared to reveal that the company was aware of issues with the MAX several years ago. That is going to be a very difficult day for the company, and even more awkwardly for Boeing, that is due to happen on what is the first anniversary of the first fatal MAX crash.
Sarah, one more question for you. Boeing is hoping to get its 737 MAX back in the air, but how is Boeing's reputation faring after this whole scandal? Do you think consumers would be willing to trust Boeing again and get on those airplanes?
Well, this has had a real dent on the company, as we've seen today. Those earnings in the last quarter, the profits in the last quarter, severely dented. It has had an effect on the company. The CEO, Dennis Muilenburg, has actually been stripped of his role as the chairman of the company. Just yesterday, we also learned that the head of Boeing's commercial airplanes division, Kevin McAllister, is leaving the company. All that may have an effect on the reputation. I think that remains to be seen. We'll have to see. Once the plane is cleared to fly again, will people want to fly on it? Will companies want to buy more?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But Boeing is adamant they want to get those planes back in the air. Sarah Walton, live in New York. Thank you, Sarah.